U.S. launches first offensive strikes against ISIS in Iraq. What's going on, guys? Make Electric. It is the 16th of September, 2014. I got a bunch of news here as far as ISIS and World War III goes. The U.S. military launched airstrikes against Islamic State militants in Iraq Monday in its first move in the newly broadened mission authorized by President Obama to go on the offensive against the terror group. The U.S. Central Command said in a press release the strikes were conducted to provide support for Iraqi security forces fighting militants southwest of Baghdad. Put a link to this. Meanwhile, second link I'm going to give you, Pope. The Pope says world's many conflicts amount to piecemeal World War III. I don't really give a damn what the Pope says, but I know a lot of people in the world follow this pedophile. I'll put a link to it. Pope's talking World War III. Well, let's get into it. U.S. excludes Syria and Iran from anti-Islamic State coalition. So I got a second one to follow that one up with. Check this out. Obama says Assad shooting at American planes would lead to his overthrow. So let's just draw a picture here real quick. The United States, a sovereign nation, is going to conduct airstrikes on Syria, another sovereign nation, and we are telling the leader of said nation that if he attempts to fire back at the people bombing his country, it will ultimately lead to his overthrow. Now, regardless of how anybody feels about Assad, let's just flip the tables here. Let's say somebody was doing that to the United States. A sovereign nation comes over to bomb the United States with airstrikes, saying we need to get rid of this created boogeyman, or however you feel about ISIS. And if you respond to our bombing of your country, we're going to overthrow your government. Think about this, folks. This is absolute madness. I'll put this link from Yahoo. I'd really like everybody's thoughts on that. Where does the United States have the right, in the name of the CIA boogeyman? I got a bunch more. This is all on the heels of ISIS beheads David Haynes. I'll put a link to the site. The video's been removed. However, you're not missing anything. Just like the first two. In my opinion, green screen, as when they go to cut his head off, they fade to black, and then they come back with a head sitting on a body. Could be a movie set. There's plenty of real beheading videos on the internet. We've all seen them. A lot of us have seen them, I should say. It seems to me that when a terrorist organization beheads someone, they want you to know that they actually sawed the person's head off. They don't fade to black and then come back. I call BS on all of these beheading videos. Absolute bullcrap nonsense. I got a lot more news to give you. Government threatened Foley family before son's execution. Did you know about that? What was that, the second guy, or was that the first guy they beheaded? Yeah, I'm losing track. His family wanted to pay his ransom. The government said, no, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Is that why we released some of the top ISIS guys to get our traitor back? What was his name? Because we don't. I'll put a link to this from Swan. Look into it. Zero Hedge has this. Obama's ISIS war is not only illegal, but it makes George W. Bush look like a constitutional scholar. This come out 9/12/2014. ISIS arming themselves with U.S.-made military hardware to wage jihad across the Middle East after seizing weapons from Syrian rebels and Iraqi soldiers. More of the same. We completely armed all these people. Now we're going to fight them. Whatever. 10 signs that ISIS is a scripted Psyop. Great link here from the Activist Post. Number 1, professional camera editing skills. Take a look at that. I agree. I agree with that article. In fact, somebody else put out a video. I don't know this channel, but I'll put a link to the video. 9 minutes long. ISIS is actually Israeli Mossad intelligence. Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. I wouldn't doubt that at all. All an inside job, in my opinion. BBC News Europe. Other World War III news going on now. NATO members start arms deliveries to Ukraine. We got Russia-Ukraine news here. We got Russia successfully tests nuclear missile. More plans, says Navy Chief. This came out on September 10. We got long-range aircraft move to tactical airfields of Eastern Military District. This comes out of Moscow on September 15. Put a link to that. And we got South Korea spots signs North Korea's submarine rocket development, yada yada. This come out on 9/14. I will put one more link at the bottom by We Are Change. He did a great video, Luke Radowski. War with Syria, ? What the hell happened last week? Exactly. Go over his information. I agree with everything he says in that video. In my opinion, this ISIS is a completely fabricated. I'm not saying there aren't real terrorists in the world. There actually, I think there are a lot more now than there were pre-9/11, given all of the brown people that we've killed over the past 10, 12 years. There are people out there that, death to America and all that. But ISIS, I believe, is a manufactured group that we we supplied arms to. This is a completely fabricated, we couldn't bomb Syria, a while back because, the president didn't have support on the Syria bombing. Remember the red line? And now we have a problem reaction solution is what I'm getting at. There's the problem, bomb and boom, Syria's bombed. If Assad retaliates, then, he's going to be removed. Same thing, And who was it that said, if you're not with us, you're with the terrorists? So me being anti the United States bombing sovereign nations, I guess that means they're going to place us all in this basket with ISIS, even though I don't stand for any of that crap. But George Bush, if you're not with us, you're with the terrorists. Same thing, 9/11. If you don't buy into the government psyop that the mainstream media is putting out 24 hours a day, it's ISIS, ISIS, ISIS. I don't buy any of it, and I don't support the bombing of anyone. This is absolute crap nonsense. Your thoughts on all this madness? Please rate the video. Please pass the information around. Make people aware of all this going on. I guess, right now the United States is conducting air campaign in Iraq, soon to be Syria. If Assad retaliates, he's going to be removed. What are your thoughts on all this? It's just madness. Just something to start the week with. You guys take care. Stay safe. I will see you on the next one.